Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. We are here at the UN Ocean Conference in Lisbon, Portugal with Congressman Jared Huffman from California. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks.
Congressman, why is it important for you to be here at the UN Ocean Conference, especially considering all the activity back home?
Yeah, well, a couple things. First, I chair the House Subcommittee on Water, Oceans, and Wildlife. So there are so many issues that go beyond national borders and jurisdictional lines and require multilateralism and global cooperation. So this is a chance to do some of that. But also, when we think about all of the temporary issues that, are the headlines of the day, these issues of ocean health and climate survival are long-term, and they are not going away just because we have high gas prices or there's some hot hearing on Capitol Hill. So we really have to look at the horizon and tackle some of these bigger, longer-term issues while we deal with those short-term dramas as well.
Thank you. Congressman, you have been a leader in asserting the need for regulating some of this unregulated underwater fishing and making sure that we look at the whole context for that. Why is it important to take action? How is that not just an ocean issue?
Yeah, so IUU fishing is something that's affecting countries all over the world. In many cases, small countries like Palau, one of the few things they've got going for them is an exclusive economic zone that includes some wonderfully abundant fisheries, and yet other countries are coming up right to the edge of them and fishing them down to depletion and really impoverishing these smaller nations. So that's one aspect of it. There's terrible human rights aspects as well, slavery on the high seas and all sorts of atrocities. And of course, we're seeing that these unscrupulous fleets, China and others, are really bad actors in this space, are hammering our oceans at a time when we can't afford that. Climate change is stressing our fisheries. The global demand for seafood is increasing, and you put all these things together, and we're going to have to confront IUU fishing, or it's going to wreck the ocean and its fisheries.
And are you heartened by the recent action at the trade organization and the conversations here?
It's progress. We shall see if having a mechanism through the WTO to confront the subsidies behind some of the IUU fishing and some of the bad practices, if that gives us some new tools to address the bad actors. I hope it does. Frankly, we've got things that we need to be doing at home as well. We have not done everything we need to do to confront IUU fishing in the United States. So all of it, I think, is important, and certainly forums like this where we can talk to our colleagues in the EU. We just had a really productive meeting with them on this same subject. There's a lot of common cause for us to work together and get this thing solved.
And what could the public do at home to support actions, like legislative actions that you have?
Yeah, well, as consumers, there are things they can do. So we've got to demand traceability, and that's something that I've been working on. We have, I think, the technology, the tools to do a much better job of tracing our seafood all the way through the process, right to the point of consumption. But there are some pretty powerful folks that don't want us to have that kind of traceability, and they've been resisting that type of transparency and accountability. So yeah, consumers need to just demand that we have it. Politicians need to demand that we have it. We need to demand that this administration, as much as I like them, work with them, use some of the tools that are available to them to do it. We've got a lot of work to do, and we're nowhere close to where we need to be.